Hello there, my name is Mel Melcher, and I'm here to present my PENSOLE and Asics Future of Footwear submission. So this is a project I've actually been working on for a while now, something for people with plantar fasciitis. I wanted to do something that was different but still offered a good amount of room for innovation. So I asked my local foot doctor about what are some key things to watch out for, and one thing that she mentioned was that it's really key to keep the arch lifted and supported. And I also got some insight from another classmate who has experience with this problem. And he says you want to have something that limits the amount of overstretching of the plantar fascia. So something that doesn't have it bend at such an extreme angle in the forefoot. So I looked at existing product that people utilize, and the first three, the splints, braces, and sleeves, can be worn indoors, but only the brace and sleeves offer decent amount of maneuverability, whereas the splint can only be worn for the most part while asleep. The supportive footwear can be worn outside, but it's not something you want to wear in the house. So trying to see how it can have like a more holistic system that can offer something that can be worn inside the house, but also something that can be worn outdoors or when you're training. So three performance areas that I looked at were arch support, something that's easy to slip on and off, and just stability. And my target consumer is between the age of 20 and 50. They're both male and female. They're very active. They don't want to be kept away from training for too long. And they like sporty looks, bright colors, so occasionally matching their working out uniform with their footwear. And they're very into sporty details. So really into a lot of sketching and ideation because you can't be attached to your first idea. And looking at the different ways that the tooling can be fastened together with the upper, and I made my own tape up from my own foot so I can test out some of the wrapping ideas and started to key in on several different concepts that were different from each other but were possibilities for future explorations. And so I ended up going with something that can be 3D printed, looking into how you can eliminate the need for adhesives but still have that needed stability with less weight. And I was leaning on this wraparound band idea that starts from the medial side and goes around your Achilles down to your arch, back to the medial side, and then over to the lateral side. And that would actually be attached to the inner booty with Velcro on the lateral side. And then I was also thinking about like this inner system with a midsole outsole combination that can interlock with the external shell with having protrusions from the bottom of the outsole stick out of the shell, and that's going to make contact with the ground and eliminate the need for excess adhesives and glue. So I was starting to play around in Rhino to get a better understanding of the form and help to visualize that as I work towards my Asics submission with the inspiration of Bruce Lee's uniform and Game of Death, and then also the inspiration for the outsole by looking at his "Be water, my friend" quote and applying that story of not being rigid and being able to adapt to different situations and obstacles. So something that really played on that organic story. That's kind of what I keyed in on the outsole, and then for the upper with the Asics branding, I wanted to incorporate that strategically into the structure of the exoskeleton and not have something that would just paste it on the side, but something that was more thoughtful. And so this was what I ended up going with for the final. And so you got that yellow and black from Bruce Lee's uniform, and having that inner reoprene booty that can be worn inside, but then you have that external 3D printed skeleton, possibly made out of TPU, helps protect the toes and the heels, and then you have this translucent strap that doesn't obscure the branding but can wrap underneath the arch and then attached to the lateral side via that cutaway in the shelf for the Velcro. And then on the bottom you have that traction that's protruding from the inner midsole outsole combo, and then you have your Asics branding is embossed on the bottom there. And so up next for my own project is to continue working in 3D, making the custom last from 3D scanning, and then being able to do the tooling and 3D print that, and then sew the upper pattern for the inner booty. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. I greatly appreciate your time and patience, and really hoping to get back to Portland soon and get cracking again. So thank you very much, sir. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.